What's going on, everyone? DragonZardX is back. Today I'm bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today we're doing a rematch against Apex. Before we get started, if you could, like always, please show me some love. Hit the like button below, like, rating, comment, subscribe. It keeps me going, it really does. It keeps me motivated to keep putting out stuff for you guys. And just helps me every day, because, there's times I have long, hard days, I come from work, and, this kind of cheers me up a bit. So, please keep showing me love, continue what you guys do, and I'll try to keep bringing you guys videos. So today we're having a rematch against Apex. He beat me last time with his Kingdra. And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to bulk record right about now. So I've actually got 3 different teams that I created for UU. And I want to do about 3 battles apiece with each team. And then I kind of want to bring the All-Stars from each team and put them all into one team. And do a final set of 3 battles with the All-Stars from each. So, like I said, this is the first team I'm bringing you. Right now, this team is 0-1, moving against Caleb with his team earlier, and just got destroyed. So, hopefully I can do a little bit better against Apex this time around. You see I'm bringing my Scarf Delphox, Mega Ampharos, if you like Golbat, Scarfed, what is that Pokemon? Braviary, the Rocky Helmet Fortress, and the Life Orb Lucario. My opponent is bringing the Mega Aerodactyl, the Chandelure, the Goodra, the Mega, the Fortress as well, and the Noivern. So let's jump right in. I lead off here with Braviary, I want to say, because I think he can jump ahead early and jump ahead quick. So I believe I'll lead out with Braviary. Nope, I'll start off with my Delphox. I'm sorry, I take that back. So I'll start off with Delphox, and he starts off with Noivern. I know I can get some quick damage off on him, because I know I outspeed because the Scarf. I don't actually kill him one shot, but he does get off the Shadow Ball, which isn't going to kill, but it is going to do a lot. So at this point, he's going to switch out. I'm just going to go for the Psyshock again. Just seeing what he goes into. He goes into the Fortress, and this team has trouble against Fortress. I noticed that in this fight, because basically I let Delphox get hurt pretty quick, and he realized I was Scarfed. So I'm going to actually switch out the Scarf on my Delphox and give him something else. I'm not sure what, though. But that being said, I switch out right here. I predict he's going to set up the spikes and stuff, so he does. He goes for the Stealth Rock and tries to start setting up layers of spikes, which is fine because Golbat's got Defog anyway, which is why I went out into him. It does kind of stink, though, because Fortress is Bug Steel, I want to say, and so Toxic does not affect him. Otherwise, I've been sitting pretty good right about there. So I know this, I go for the Brave Bird, doesn't do too much, because Fortress is just a physical wall. And we see that he is carrying the leftovers. So at this point, I know that I need to get rid of the spikes, and I also need to get into something else. So first things first, I get rid of the spikes, his evasiveness falls, he goes for the spikes again, and I switch out, and I go into my Delphox, I want to say, back into Dumbledore. Let's see. Yep, I do switch out, and Dumbledore threatens him out. I know he's probably going to switch, but I think I still do go for the Fire Blast anyway, just because, I wasn't sure. I figured it could do a decent amount of damage to anything that hit it. So he actually goes for the double out, goes back into that, predicting me to basically not over-predict and go for the Psyshock because he knows he can take that. So now I have to switch out again because Psyshock isn't doing a thing to him. And that was a great play by my opponent there. So now he's back where he wants to be, and I have to switch out. So I do go back to Golbat. He goes for Stealth Rock again. I go ahead and defog him again, just to get that layer gone, and I'm going to have to switch out again as well right here, I believe. So if you guys didn't know, this is my, I know I said it was rematch earlier, the first match when he brought the Kingdra. Really good fight. If you guys haven't watched it, please go check it out. Good fight. This guy's a good battler. He's probably a better battler than me. He's beat me twice, so I can't say anything about that. So I have learned a lot from both our matches, though. He does go out into the Aerodactyl. At this point, I go into my Fortress because I know he's pretty physical. I figure he's probably going to go for the Stealth, not the Stealth Rock, but the Stone Edge. So I kind of want to see if I can get my own layers, spikes, and stuff up right here. So just go for the Stone Edge. I can take that just fine. And now he's going to withdraw, and at this point I actually go for, I want to say, Toxic Spikes, yep. So I go for my Toxic Spikes, and I know Noivern can have Flamethrower, so I do go ahead and switch back into my Golbat. And he does go for the Flamethrower, but Golbat can eat that up just fine. And it is a crit. Crit doesn't even do half, so like I said, Golbat, if you guys have not checked out Bulky Golbat, I love this thing so much. I actually do have another Eviolite user coming up in a couple battles that I really think is going to be a really good staple for our teams, but we'll get to more on that later. So here we do see he goes back into the Fortress, and Toxic does not affect him, so he is Bug Steel, as I said. He goes for the Rapid Spin here to get rid of the Toxic Spikes, does a little bit of damage to me. And this Delphox about had it, which is a shame. I shouldn't let him take so much damage so early. But, like I said, I wanted to get some damage off of that Noivern because I was really worried about the Noivern. And I think Noivern ended up causing me a lot of heartache later too. So I do go for the Fire Blast again here, and he outplays me once again. Goes into the Goodra, but I do get the lucky burn off here. So that's not a bad place for me to be, so I go ahead and switch out. I go back into Golbat again, knowing he can pretty much handle anything he sends at me. He Thunderbolts me, and I was surprised the damage that done. I know he's weak to it, but that did quite a bit for the Golbat. So he goes out into his Terra right here, and I roost up, trying to get some of my health back, trying to preserve this Golbat, because last fight I didn't preserve the Golbat, and that cost me the match. He predicts the switch, I guess, and doesn't bother me, so I actually am able to get the Toxic off right here, which is lucky for me, because now I've got some residual damage on that Aerodactyl, because I'm not winning against Aerodactyl that much either. I think Aerodactyl is pretty powerful, so I do go for the Brave Bird here rather than the Roost. I'm not sure why. I thought it would do more. I didn't think Ironhead would do as much. So now Golbat's in a bad position, which is exactly what I didn't want for this match. And I'm forced to switch him out because I'm fearing the Stone Edge. I do go into Dumbledore. He does go for the Stone Edge, and he hits, so I basically let Dumbledore go down here and sack him off. And at this point, I go into my Braviary. And I'm thinking Braviary is going to outspeed because he's also Choice Scarfed. But I was wrong. You actually see Aerodactyl go first anyway. So I didn't realize Aerodactyl was, I mean, it was fast, but I thought a Choice Scarfed Braviary would be faster, but I was wrong. So I do go for the Superpower there, and I am able to take it out, fortunately. He does go into the Yanmega here. And I wish I was not Scarfed so bad at this point, because I could have taken out this Yanmega, and that would have helped me out so much. He goes for the Air Slash, and again, the power of Yanmega surprises me, because that, I know Golbat's low, but that does a lot. And Golbat's pretty much done at this point. You know, like I said, I let him take the damage from the Aerodactyl. Didn't mean to, it happened. And Golbat went down, and that cost me quite a bit here. So, at this point, I go back into my Braviary, hoping that I can take at least one of whatever he wants to give me, and I know I can one-shot him. And I think I actually do kind of get a sort of a mini-sweep going here with my Braviary. Like I said, I know he can take him out. He knows it too, so he switches out right here, and he goes into the Fortress. And, you know, Braviary is powerful. It's neutral, because of the Steel typing of Fortress. But as you can see, it still does quite a bit of damage. Without the leftovers, it would have been a 2-hit KO, which is kind of what I was hoping for right here, but I don't quite get that. But I've still, you know, I've got to do what I can. I've got to try to take him out, so I do. Hit him again with the Brave Bird, and it's just not quite enough, which really, really stinks, because now he's able to get off the Stealth Rocks, which is really going to hurt me if I have to switch out at some point. And coming up really, really soon here is actually where I make a fatal mistake. I'm not sure if it would have affected the outcome of the game, but it might have. I really think it might have. I still might have lost, but this definitely would have changed the you know, it would have been a little bit closer, I guess. You know, at the least. It would have been definitely closer. So right here, he goes out into his Gudra. I go for the Brave Bird, and first off, like the bulk of Gudra, that really surprised me that I didn't take out Gudra. So the Gooey right here, it hits me. He's going down to burn either way. What I should have done right here was switch out my Braviary, but I didn't. Because I could have went into Fortress, Rapid Spun, and got rid of the Stealth Rocks, and had been able to let Fortress go down, and then bring Braviary back in. With the Scarf, which I think would have actually outsped Noivern there, and would have possibly taken the Noivern out, because I know Noivern's fast, but unless he's Scarfed, I think I would have outsped there. So that definitely, I think I need to slow down and make my plays more, but more on that in a minute. So at this point, I have to go out into my Ampharos. He goes out into his Chandelure. I don't Mega Evolve, worried for the Dragon Pulse. He hits me with a Shadow Ball, which I am able to take because Goku is thick. At this point, there's really no reason not to Mega Evolve because I know Ampharos isn't gonna outspeed anything anyway. But I also know Thunderbolt can take him out. He goes out into Yon Mega at this point. You know, I'm not sure if Mega Ampharos normally could take an attack from Yon Mega or not, but he does get the crit here, Air Slash. Like I said, I'm not sure if that mattered or not, but either way he's able to take me out, and at this point I'm just down to my Fortress, so he's just got to basically clean up at this point. Overall, good match. Like I said, I really think I need to just kind of slow down more when I'm making my plays. And I think, like I said, I think if I had kept my my Braviary alive, I do think that might have affected the outcome, made it a little bit closer. Not sure if it would have, made it close enough for me to win or not, but I do think it would have made it closer. So in the future, I am going to try to slow down a bit and think more about all my plays, and hopefully try to get a couple more wins off for you guys. So far, this team is 0-2. So I've got one more match. Hopefully I can at least get one win with this team. And, yeah, after that, I'll just show you guys the other two teams. Like I said, I've got 3 teams that I created. I want to do about 3 fights per team. And then for my final 3 fights, because I'm going to do 12 matches altogether, I'm going to make an all-star team out of, probably 2 pokes from each team that did the best, I think. So, if you guys want, leave some comments, vote on who you think was MVP from this team, from the match with Caleb, and from this match with Apex. So far, I think my money is actually on Golbat. But, please let me know what you guys think below. And, as always, I try to keep a video a day coming your way. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to go over. I believe that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. DragonZard out.